We telling you people, you're locking into NAITRAM Live. This is a show where we pioneer and get into the brain cells of the wonderful talent that's across the UK and the rest of the world, with their entrepreneurs, musicians, producers, anything in that spectrum. We need to pick their brain, aren't we now?
Yeah, exactly. And have some jokes, some laughs. We've got some stuff coming up on this show for sure.
Yeah, 100%, man. I can't wait for this guest. I've known him for so many years. He comes all the way from Manny. He's been making some tremendous strides in the industry, in the TikTok realm as well. He's pigeonholed himself into so many different mediums. It's crazy. He's interviewed Rihanna, presented for 10 magazine. All right, cool. So, boom, ladies and gents, let's give a warm welcome to Benny Jeee, man. Come on. Yeah, man.
This wrong right way. One sec.
Take as much time as you need, bro.
I don't want to knock my finger over. One sec, let me get the height right. Yo,
what are you telling me, man? Good to see you, man. Good to see you.
You're right.
Obviously, you've come a long way in that. Talk to me about how life's been treating you recently, what you've been up to.
I love that you said the long way, even though I live in London now.
Yeah.
Because you got me going a little bit further north.
Yeah, sometimes I forget that you live in London, man. I'm not Manny, innit? But
I've left, Mars, I've left. How's life been? Well, like, amazing, to be honest. Since I moved to London, all my dreams have come true. I keep meeting more people, keep making more friends. Like, experience-wise, it's, like, been everything I wanted, you know? And, it's not like when something happens, I'm like, oh my God, it's like, good, I deserve it, you know what I mean? Because everything I've done, I expected myself to do. So yeah, bro, like, moving to London is the best thing that ever happened to me. And I love it. I just need to make a bit more money. I can get by doing my thing. And yeah, that's the only thing that I would like to change slightly. But other than that, your boy is magnificent.
Yeah, man, 100%. Obviously, cost of living and that, rent being stacked up so high, like, I don't blame you that you want peas for it, because London's so expensive. Layla Lazelle, who was on our last episode, like, so obviously she's from Yorkshire, lived in Manny for a bit as well, and then moved to London to also achieve her dreams. But her rent was extortionate, wasn't it?
Yeah, you're both West London people now as well.
How much is hers? Are you allowed to tell me?
It was a bit more than the average, let's just say, in London. So you can imagine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It'll make you cry a little bit, man.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's not like stupid, but I wouldn't. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
Is it 4 figures without bills?
Yeah, 4 figures.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Them ones.
She should have moved in COVID like me.
Well, did you get a good deal then?
Yes, bro. In Notting Hill, I got a banging deal.
Really?
No
Notting
one
Hill?
can believe what I pay in Notting Hill.
that's where you need to be.
Yeah.
But haven't they wiped it up though?
No, because I'm such a good tenant, because I've got Jewish OCD and like everything's bare tidy and I'm like putting everything in place. So when they come to check it, they're like, oh, he's such a good tenant. Even though like some terrible things have happened in my flat. Not that scary, just iconic, just iconic.
Pause from it.
Yeah. The people can't believe what I pay, and it's the most beautiful flat. It's not very big, but it's like perfect for me and my flatmate, and I love it.
Of course, understandable. I know what it's like to get a banging deal. Like, my rent is so nice, like in Manchester.
When he told me how much he pays, I was like, where are you living?
Yeah,
like,
when I say you tell people my rent, then people think I'm living in a shed or something. Like, it's crazy.
I know. It's bonkers.
Yeah, but up north is a big deal. But you're saying that coming down south, London has just been the best thing for you. What's the difference?
Just like the people you meet, it just is a chain reaction. And Manchester, there is somewhat of a chain reaction, and you can do well. E.g., your boy, But now, Mars, you just said to me before you're coming down, London, a lot for opportunities, aren't you?
Yeah, just a little bit more.
Yeah,
exactly.
So I think people in Manchester, they've got like this thing where they try big it up, and we are the most amazing people, and Mancunians are the best. But just because you've got Media City doesn't mean that like you're the centre of media. You know what I mean? And people like to give you all these reasons why I should stay. But London is like the best, if not like the second best after New York City in the Western world, you know? Yeah. It's either LA, London or New York. No one can be asked of LA anyway because you got to drive everywhere. Yeah. But in terms of like a connected city where you can walk places, get public transport, it's like New York or London really. Yeah. And just like the people I've met, like mixed with my hard work, like I feel it gets rewarded here a lot more, because if you work hard and you got a nice northern accent and you're open to meeting people, it's like the city of opportunity, you know what I mean? So best move ever.
Is there some things from Manchester that you do miss though? Because I remember you used to do like a couple videos based on some of the differences between North and South. For example, manners. Obviously, Northerners are quite inviting, welcoming people. You can have a conversation with someone just from the street and go about your day. Whereas in London, it's not really like that. I remember you complained about that a couple of times. It was a little bit of a culture shock.
I was literally going to ask, like, what do you hate about London? Because you were bigging it up. I was like, there must be a flip side to this.
Right, I'm going to tell you, right, you're going to love this, yeah. This is great. So, London, there's so many more people. How many people live in London? Like probably like 10 or 11 million, I think. I think Greater Manchester's half that. So, to find a character in London, because I'm a big character, yeah, and I love surrounding myself with big characters or nice people, but to find like a true big character, there is so many in Manchester. Even when I went to uni in Bristol and I met all the Southerners, it took me so long to like find a character. There's so few and far in between, I think, in the South. And then like it was the same when I moved to London, like to find an amazing character, because I keep meeting people, but someone that like really resonates with me, I'm like, yo, you could be my boy, you know what I mean? Then it's been a lot harder to find that. But because I've been here for a good amount of time, I've got like the most amazing group of friends now, and like I literally said this weekend with all my mates, I feel like I've assembled all the biggest weirdos and characters in the country, and I'm happy to call them my mates. I'm like, what did you ask about the biggest difference between London and Manchester? What I hate about London?
Yeah.
When I first moved, it gave me hella spots. It took me 3 years for my skin to get adjusted. The tube, I don't know who's in charge of TFL,
that central line?
Yeah. Yes, I call it the Acne Maker 8000 because it just F my skin, and like I had to put a filter on my shower because like the water used to dry out on my skin and my hair, so that has been annoying. But
your skin is glowing now.
Yes,
though.
It took 3 years to get here. It used
the skincare routine.
Hey, Paula's choice. Come on, Paula's choice. Give them a deal, man.
That's pricey, man.
Yeah. Klarna it. It's fine.
So what is it? Is it like the air pollution or something like that? That
Yeah. It's so filthy.
I was out with my friend. She's from East London, and a couple of us girls from Reading, and she was like, "Oh, it's so nice. We got Shepherd's Bush." She was like, "Oh, so nice, fresh air." And we were like, what? We're closing our windows. Like, this is mad. Like,
she thinks Shepherd's Bush is fresh air.
Yeah,
wait till she goes to the Lake District. She probably thinks she's died and gone to heaven. Shepherd's Bush. It's not heaven in Shepherd's Bush. But
bless her. Girl.
I feel like the tube is quite heavy. That like not that it's a culture shock. It's so like heaving.
It is, but I don't mind getting it because it reminds me that I live in London. It's so mad. Like I went out with this girl. I hope she sees this actually. She was bare rich and she's got a driver. And I went out with her a couple of times, and her driver used to wait outside for us and like take us to the next place or drop me home after. And I was sitting there in this nice Mercedes, and I was like, I'd actually much rather get the tube home. It makes me feel like I'm more of a real person, you know what I mean? So I've got a lot of love for the tube, even though it is a bit gross sometimes. But like, what do I hate the most? It's just the air. Other than that, like, I got so lucky with my flat. I love my job and working for myself. It was hard though when I first moved, and the drinking a lot of the time, because I just moved and I was in party mode and I got a bit fat. For me, it wasn't that bad, but it's like weight is a personal thing, innit? I think I became shaped like a butternut squash. I was looking so peak. So then my friend took me to the gym. So now I go gym like 4 times a week. So yeah, it was just like the drinking at first, but now, yeah, I've got no complaints about it. It's been so good to me, like, honestly. So yeah, just like sort the air on the tube out a bit, get some filters on there, I think. But other than that, it's been great.
That's wonderful to hear, man. And it's glad that, you know, you're coming from like a slightly smaller city on like a scale, and that you're taking on the really big like city that is London. And despite it being a bit of a concrete jungle, like, you're really making a home out of it. You're capitalising it. More importantly, you're making opportunities out of it.
All right, cool. So let's take it a bit back. So you're from up north. You do a lot of content like Northerners versus Southerners. Obviously, we know your opinion on who's the best and everything. But let's talk about like where it all started for you and your upbringing. So I know you're of Jewish heritage and you're from South Africa.
Yeah, my dad's South Africa.
Okay.
Do you want the breakdown?
Yeah.
So my dad's dad is from Lithuania. My dad's mum is from South Africa. My mum's dad is from Poland, and he's a Holocaust survivor. So that's why I speak about being Jewish a lot, because his family got murdered. So, you know, I was always planning to make stuff about him. And then last year I was like, you know, I just might as well speak about it more, because there's no time like now. And then my mum's mum is from Manny. And then my mum and dad met and then they moved to Manchester. And I was brought up there. And just being brought up in Manchester is like the best thing ever. Like Mars lives there.
What is it like? Like, I'm down south, I'm South Babes. Like, what is Manny like?
Right. It's like this innate feeling that where you're from is a special place in terms of the people and the culture and the attitude. And like, you know, it's so hard to explain unless you've like come from there or you've lived there, because it's like this ultra proud feeling you have, because it's just a sick place full of sick people and you're one of them, you know. And my favourite thing about it was I realised when I went to uni, because I went to Bristol Uni, and I went with like, there was quite a lot of posh people. Like, I'm from posh Manchester, and by no means like had any hard upbringing. I've had a very lucky and amazing life. But a posh southerner compared to a posh Mancunian is like a different world. And what I loved is that because it's a smaller city compared to like London, you grow up, you'll have multi-millionaires in your friendship group chilling with kids from council estates. And London I found was much more segregated just because it's so big. So you just chill with people from your area. You know, if you're from South West London, you chill with someone from South West London. Or you go all to the same schools, and you know, there's like 3 private schools in the area, so you all chill together, where because there's so much less of that in terms of size, and schools in Manchester, you have like no more choice except to integrate, and you're always going to be chilling in town because London's got about 8 million different towns, you know. Like, we'll go here. Look, in Manchester, you're just in town, innit, aren't you?
You're just in one place.
So I loved it because my group was so diverse in terms of like ethnicity and upbringing and like financial background, and it was the most beautiful group in the world. And I'm still close to a lot of them. As you get older, you know, sometimes there's no reason, you just, you know, you can't stay in contact with like 400 people like I did back in the day. But like when I go back or I bump into people, I love it. And the people that moved down here, I see a lot, and you know, I'll take it to the grave. I just love being from Manny. It's like the best thing. I feel like I've got that little bee inside of me.
Yeah, it definitely gives you a little bit of charisma sort of edge to it as well, being a presenter. Like I said, the accent is very inviting. And it definitely, you're not wrong when you said being Manchester is like a proud thing, because it's such a staple part of your personality, isn't it? It's a lot different compared to London, because London feels like the default in terms of like British people, if that makes sense.
Yeah, because Londoners think like London's the whole UK.
Yeah, pretty
It's not, guys. Sorry.
No, but it's great. But you know, like even now I've got a lot of friends from London. I found the great ones. It took me a while to get used to them when I first went to uni, but like there were a lot of ultra posh people, so it wasn't really like real anyway. But even now that I've moved, I've found like the most amazing people from London. So that's great. But yo, if you can be born in Manchester, I know you've not got a choice. Just try your best, yeah. Just give you like, if your mum's pregnant, just like, and you're in the belly, just give her like a quick punch and tell her to go up north and have you there, because being born in Manchester and being from Manchester is really special.
Brilliant. It's pretty interesting how we first met though. It was quite authentic as well. Like I saw you were doing on social media, on Pi Radio, and you're doing a lot of bits, and like not saying I got like a good eye for talent or anything like that. I just knew this kid is gonna like do bits in it, if that makes sense, innit? So I reached out. I remember we met near Arndale. We had like a coffee and stuff. We just spoke about like each other's lives and stuff, what we want to do. And then we just met through radio, and then our friendship just grew. And then obviously you moved to London and started doing your own thing. But what I want to know is like, what got you into presenting in the first place? Was you always wanting to be a presenter? Like how was it?
So, I did law at uni, which was so dumb because I was 18. I was Mrs. Age, so I was obviously a dumbass. I don't know why I chose law. Because I did well. I did really well in school. I was naughty. I got kicked out of one school. I had to go to another, but it was still like a decent state school I ended up in. And I did law. And then I sat down in my first lecture, and I remember the lecturer got something up on the screen called the Law and Property Act from 1925. And I looked at the screen like this. And I was like, I will stick this out, but there's no way I can make a career of this. Like, no way. So then I got to my third year, and you know what? I've always been like this. I've not really changed, you know. I think I've just improved in some areas, but like my core as me, I've not really changed, you know. I've not like become belittled by London. I think I've become even more extroverted, and I was already bonkers in Manchester. So I was with my old girlfriend at the time in 3rd year of uni, and we were like, what am I actually like my best skill? Because I need to start thinking about career now. And she said, talking to people. I was like, oh yeah, so how do you make a career out of talking to people? And then we're like, okay, I'll be a presenter. And then it all went from there. And then started doing radio in lockdown. I actually had a full-time job doing sales, but I couldn't start it because it was COVID, because I took all that summer off. So I finished uni in the June, and then all summer I was off, and then I got a job in like Feb, my first ever one, and then it was COVID, so I couldn't start it. And then someone told me about this course that they're doing at this place called Pi Radio in Stockport. You can learn to be a presenter. And then I did that for a week and got a show, and then it all just like went from there, really. It was just, yeah. But I think it's actually my best skill. So I always said that I'm doing the perfect job for me. So that's it. There's obviously way more details, but that's like the core of how it started.
Yeah, man. I knew you were always a bit of a chatty patty as well. It doesn't surprise me that you do sales as well. That's also the best sort of, not presenter job, but if you was to be corporate, like sales is best because you're talking to people, engage people, you're selling a product, if that makes sense. And I guess in presenting, you're not selling yourself in a way per se, but I guess what you're selling is your enthusiasm, your community, if that makes sense, your content. And that's what, like you said, you're really, really good at.
Yeah, definitely. And like, obviously you're saying that you've done a bit of radio. Now you do street interviews, which we'll get into because your street interviews are lit. Definitely. But obviously, like these days, the UK scene is growing and booming. I can't lie, because a lot of the times when we think about like social media stars and stuff, we always go to the US, right? But we're seeing people like ZZ Mills get the Capital One Extra show. KSI might be a judge on Britain's Got Talent soon.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
So like the crossover is mad.
Yeah,
Is that what you're thinking about doing? Are you going to stay on social media?
I want to do TV. Like, I wouldn't say I'm passionate about social media. I love the freedom it gives me, but I'm not a big scroller. Like, you know, people show me like people on TikTok and be like, have you seen them? They're doing similar stuff, but I actually don't scroll. The only time I scroll is when I'm hungover and my whole algorithm is Oasis and Michael Jackson and sometimes WWE for some weird reason. So I really don't actually know many people. The only way I found out about them is when I've met them filming, and they're all really nice people that do similar stuff to me in the UK, in London. But I wouldn't say I'm passionate about it. Like, I want to do TV. So you're right, I do want to cross over, but into TV.
Yeah.
Because that, I just think that is like a big project, and you know, I can get fully invested in that, and I can write my own show, and it'll be so rewarding, and I can make a 45-minute episode, and it's taken days to film, and it'll have a whole journey. There's only so much that you can say in like a 1-minute 5 video, you know, what I post on TikTok. But how to get into TV these days? It's through social media, isn't it? Yeah. So I've got a lot of love for it. I've got a lot of love for TikTok because it's my job. So I'm grateful for it in a lot of ways. But to say I'm passionate like about internet culture and scrolling and everything and watching YouTube and all that, it's never been me. So I love it in a lot of ways, but also not so interested in it in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I was going to just jump on this quick point quickly as well. I can see why you want to do a bit more TV, because in a way it's a bit more timeless. Like, in a way you can grow up with TV, you can grow up with shows, and it gives it a bit more of a sentimental value depending on the content you're doing. Like, for example, Ant and Dec, they've been around for time, right? People are growing up with I'm a Celeb, X Factor.
But do you feel like TV's like still growing? Because they've come in a time where it's like, you know, booming.
It's a bit subjective now. It's like Netflix and Amazon kind of run the show.
Literally, the dream is to do streaming because everyone is like, oh, attention spans are F. But when a good Netflix show comes out, everyone's raving about
glued. Bridgerton, boy,
exactly. So the goal is to do streaming because they, like Mar said, they're running the things, and to get a show on Netflix as probably like a presenter. You know, they don't really break through new talent, because when I've been writing my documentaries and stuff, I'm like, to my people that help me, like these producers that I know, I'm like, why are we never sending them to streaming? And they're like, because they don't really like break through new talent. You know, that's for like the BBC Threes and the Channel 4s. So you like build a TV like repertoire through that, and then when you're more known, then that's when you can go to like the big boys.
They said there's levels to this.
Yeah, literally. Obviously, it probably is possible, but in general, like that's a rule which I've learned just like through the process of like writing shows and everything.
Yeah, there's also logistics and as well as take involved. There's budget as well. Like you could make a whole series and it still doesn't get put out due to certain endeavors, if that makes sense.
Definitely. Yeah. So obviously you said you're writing shows at the moment. I was going to ask you like, what show would you do? What show would you be on? What's the wackiest show you have in mind?
I know you do love to do game shows. I've got a feeling about
What like host them?
Yeah.
No, not even. Do you know what? As I've got older, I really want to make things with value. You probably see my videos have changed so much. Like I love culture and heritage and religion because, you know, my grandparents are from 4 different places and my grandpa's Holocaust survivor. I'm Jewish. But like a lot of time when people are from a community, well, I could speak for myself, like Jewish people, a lot of them only hang around with Jewish people, or if they make videos they're all about being Jewish, and it's great, but you know, I'm from Manchester and I've got friends from all different backgrounds, so I find all of it interesting, like the whole plethora of religions and ethnicities. So I want to do documentaries based around that on culture and heritage. So yeah, like I said, I've written 2 and they both got rejected, but yeah, of course, like I'll just keep writing and I really want to get one made this year. So but anything with like a live audience as well, I've done that before. That's amazing. I also found that really rewarding because it's so entertaining. So documentary for the value, but then just for the fun and the entertainment. When you've got like a big audience there, which you don't get through social media, is like amazing because then you can mess with the crowd. You can be like, you over there, your t-shirt's dead, but I love it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yeah, that so for game show, for like the entertainment value. Like, just if you give me a mic and a camera, though, in general, I'm happy.
Definitely, it's never impossible because do you remember Reggie Yates, big presenter? Obviously, his entertainment aspects was obviously doing like Radio 1, but then he would get into more serious aspects in media, such as Reggie Yates' Extreme Russia, where he would document life in Russia.
And Louis Theroux, even though he didn't do. He only did like those documentaries.
Yeah, but he'd be on podcasts and stuff as well, showing his personality that way. Like for example, the other day, I'm pretty sure he did an interview with Pink Pantheress, and that looked pretty funny. Yeah. And now he does like
Stormzy.
Yeah, his documentaries are mental.
His documentaries are so funny.
Exactly.
Like he wasn't even trying to be funny, and they were hilarious. Yeah. Like he would say the things that obviously you're thinking, but he would do it in such like an awkward way.
That's his thing. His thing is like a bit awkward. But he uses like the awkwardness as a mask to ask really intense and deep questions, and he's just like, "Can I do that? Can I ask that?" And they're all like, "Yeah," they end up answering it, and he gets like a banging documentary. So I've got a lot of love for Louis because you know he's been grafting for years, and that's why he's probably the GOAT in the UK at what he does, really.
Yeah, definitely. Speaking of TV, right? He did have a YouTube channel called Lekka TV. Yeah.
Come on.
Bringing up the research.
Yeah.
Come on.
What's Lekka? Like, let's get into that.
Just a quick one before that though. So with Lekka TV, obviously it was a channel about like fashion blogging. You also did like interviews with artists, like Easy Life and things like that. Again, what does the Lekka even stand for TV? We'll start with that.
So Lekka is Afrikaans, and it also is Dutch because Afrikaans is like derivative from Dutch, and it just means like nice one. Okay. So if something's lekker, then like they say in South Africa, it means that nice one or it's good. Like this is a Lekka podcast. So went with that, and it was my first ever endeavour, and I actually had no clue what I was doing looking back. This is like when I was doing your magic
cards and everything.
Yeah. I had no clue what I was doing looking back, and I just learned everything, and I wouldn't even say they were very good, like good interviews. My parents thought they were good because it's like your mum always loves everything you do, but I learned everything: how to edit, how to structure things when you're doing an interview. So it was like a big learning curve for me, but it didn't do very good numbers. This was like, what? I didn't do TikTok in lockdown where loads of people got big. I was doing YouTube because I still thought that was the way, because I'm very stubborn with my OCD. So, but I had some big guests, bro. I did good. I had like Judge Rinder, I had Easy Life. I had like some people that were big in South Africa, Chad Leclerc, who beat Michael Phelps for gold in the Olympics in 2012. And everyone that is creative, basically, they'll always tell you that their first thing flopped, but they're happy they did it because it's like
Definitely.
it's so like sentimental. So yeah, the interviews weren't great. They were hella dusty. I didn't even have a Mac. I've got like a HP PC. They were hella dusty.
You did webcam or?
Yeah, it was lockdown.
Oh, we love it.
Yeah. First one first few didn't even have a microphone, so I sound like an alien. And like, you know, the most views they got was probably about like 4,000 or something. But it's all part of the journey, bro. I'm so happy.
Even that got you gassed though, surely.
It did. And it was like something I felt productive. And it was the first time ever in my life I'd felt obliged. Because you know, it's like it's all on me to get people, email, reach out, record it, edit it, and like stick to a schedule. And I still do that today with that. So that showed me like the ropes. But it's so cute looking back. It was just like little boy in lockdown. It's just really cute, you know. And that's when we made Mates, and it's at the start of everything. And I think our generation, because a lot of people want to do the creative stuff, they always beat themselves up because you'll read an article or you'll see someone on TikTok that's like 19 and they've got loads of followers and they're getting deals, blah blah blah. But I've trained my brain to look at all my own projects, be happy for my mates that are doing it, but only really care about my own projects. And I feel very satisfied and zen and
content.
Yeah, content. And my best advice is, if you want to like go on that journey, is you'll never feel like you've made it, and there's a lot of ups and downs. But people say give yourself time, but listen to me, actually give yourself time, because if it happens overnight, you won't know what you're doing the next day. So you've got to build up to it.
100%. No, 100%. So you started on YouTube. Was that your first ever like video? All right, cool. And then you went straight over to TikTok?
Yeah.
Semi-radio as well.
Oh,
Radio. So I started doing radio. Radio and Lekker TV was the same time. And I was doing it in Manchester. And there's only like 2 or 3 community stations in Manchester. It's where everyone starts, really. And I loved it. It just gave me purpose in lockdown, because I was a delivery driver for my family friend's business. Other than that, you know, couldn't even do a real job. Had terrible mental, like it was not good for me. Had to go on like antidepressants because it effed me up so much. I felt so anxious because I just feel like I couldn't do anything. So the radio and Lekker TV were like, it helped me a lot. And then I moved to London and I carried on Lekker TV, and then I just didn't really see any progress with it. And then my friend started doing well on TikTok, who you probably know. I've seen, it's called Henry Rowley, and he's like my best friend from YouTube. My best. You got social media in my brain. My best friend from uni, and he started doing well at the end of 2021. He was like, "Go for it." And then you see, it all like aligns, and life does work out for you. You know, I believe that for everyone. And then my friend moved in, who used to watch old YouTube like chunks in 2017 and 18. He was like, they used to interview people in the street. I was like, can you do that? Because I never watched it. And he was like, yeah. So in the start of 2022, bought like a tiny little mic, like loads of people still use from Amazon, you know, when it sounds like they're underwater, like, and just progressed from there. I had my camera, which Mars told me to buy, my Canon 70D. Yeah, Mars told me to buy that one. And I bought that for my YouTube just to film in person, and I still use that today for my filming. And then I bought like a proper mic, and you know, and then by the start of 2023, I kept getting sacked from all my full-time jobs, but then this had picked up enough. I was like, okay, I need a part-time job because I'm getting like some deals, but then the deals kept coming, and then I was like, okay, we can just carry on as full-time. And here we are today.
Yeah, we love it. So how many years are you in on
TikTok, or just everything ever?
Like content.
Oh.
Full-time.
Yeah. How many years are you in altogether, content-wise?
First YouTube video went out when I just turned 23 in January. So that would have been, January 2021. So say, three and a bit. 3 years and 4 months, nearly 3.5.
All right. So when would you say you started to go viral, and then you were like, I could do this for a living properly?
When I did an interview my first day on Carnaby Street in May 2022, with actually, I've got a good story. So it was like February 2022, and I was like, Judge Rinder's a family friend, because his grandpa's a Holocaust survivor as well, so we do a lot of stuff. And I filmed a video with him, and I taught him the word leng, and he said leng in a car when we had some drinks and we were on the way to like a party in a taxi, and it got like 1 million views, but it was just me filming him, and then I got like just chasing that moment. I didn't know what I was doing, and then I was like wanting to see him because I was like, you know, I need like to recreate another moment. But then I went out and started doing some interviews, and then in May 2022 I went out with a proper camera and mic, and I interviewed this guy in May in Carnaby. I said, what's the worst thing about London? And he looked at me and he went, the people, I suppose. And it got like 1.5 million views, and I was like, okay, there's a future in this. And then just stayed at it ever since, like basically posting every day.
Yeah. So what's the tactic? Is it like post once a day, every day?
It's so annoying because there's like no proper formula.
Yeah.
So it's just about, you have to just throw a massive amount of, I won't swear, amount of at the wall and see what sticks really, and make sure all that you throw at the wall is stuff you care about, because if you don't care about it, then you will start to like burn out because it's so not in your heart and it's soulless. So that experimental phase, if you don't care about any of it, then you'll be like, if your videos aren't banging, which it's going to be like in the first bit, how can you like continue if you don't care? So make sure you care about all of it, and whatever bangs, you just have to recreate that formula and again and again and again and again and again until it stops working, or it might not stop working. But I know some people that have never had to reinvent themselves, or someone like me, you know, I have reinvented my questions and my style like many times. So there's no like golden answer, which is annoying, but if you go for it, you have to give yourself some time and go through like a mad experimental phase and try all different styles. And once one has banged, you just have to like recreate it to the max.
It's a good thing you did, because for a time we shared a similar manager, and he'd always give tips and tricks as well, but it was mostly to focus on brand identity. And to do that is obviously what you said, throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. Like for example, I was doing YouTube back in the day, and then got into radio, and now I'm in more of like the radio sort of DJ sort of podcast sort of thing. So
you're doing your thing now.
You always have to evolve now, innit? Have you had to evolve?
Yeah, definitely. Like, obviously, I'm not in the content game too much, and I want to like make my entry properly this year. But even for me, I'm looking like that kind of add up between like my normal job, part time, like trying to balance it all. I was going to ask you, like, how long did it take you to get to a point where you're like, I could do this at least part time, full time?
When I got sacked from my full time job, I got sacked from all three. So yeah, I got sacked from all three. So in February 2023, I got a deal with Frankie and Benny's of all people.
That's so random.
How random. And I used to go when I was younger, and I was like, okay, I need a part-time job, and then the deals, they kept coming. But there's even times now when I'm like, I should actually get a part-time job because it F's with my head a lot. I even woke up this morning like anxious. No, don't feel bad. It's part of the game. It's what I signed up for, you know. But I know how much I resented the full-time job because I knew this was my dream. So like, yeah, it can mess with, until you get to a certain point, it can like mess with your head, and you just have to like stick through it basically. So I've had to have a little chat with myself even this morning, you know, and be like, oh, it's fine. But the deals, fortunately, have like kept coming, you know. And then I actually got a nice email in the taxi. So my thing, because I'm so messed up, is that I need to get at least like some, no, it doesn't even have to be confirmed, like one bit of interest per week. And just for that to like relax my brain. It doesn't have to go through just like one bit of interest. So yeah, it's what you want really.
It's what you make it.
Yeah, you know what I said. Just like, you know, if I want to save up for a house or anything, I couldn't do this. You know, this is like living for the experience and like living to live. But I'm happy doing that. You know what I mean? But some of my friends who are like oil traders are like buying out the same age as me, and they're like already bought houses. You know, so it all depends what you want. So.
Yeah, I guess there's pros and cons to it sometimes. We were having this conversation before. It's like you're living the dream job, but now you're at a stage where, you know, you don't want to work just to like exist and live, if that makes sense. Yeah, of course you're grateful for it, because there's people that work to live and they're in not the ideal space. Exactly. If there's anything that I've learned at the minute, a job's a job at the end of the day, especially with what's going on, I guess, economically in this country and around the world. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that you're able to do this off the bat with what you're already doing, there's so many thousands of presenters that are still doing it for free. It's quite hard to really transition from A to B, if that makes sense.
Needed to hear that, bro. Good timing.
Man.
Free therapy from Marlon.
I want to know though, what's your favourite video though, man? Because you've made so many videos. You love talking to people. You love, culture and heritage sort of based content. But you also love a bit of the fashion kind of stuff, making sure people feeling stylish, getting to know other people's perspective on fashion. Yeah. For example, you present for 10 Mag and stuff like that as well. You've done some stuff for Channel 4. There's all sorts of stuff. But what's been that one video you've been like, like this was a sick experience?
This is such a loaded question.
Yeah.
This is such a loaded question. But because I started off with Lekka TV in my bedroom, interviewing people that were quite known in quite known in the UK. What was like a full circle moment for me was obviously the interview with Rihanna.
Like my man.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
that was hard.
Yeah,
like when you're with a big star like that,
yeah,
it could be so easy to just go inside yourself a little bit. You just shot, and I can't lie. Like we heard your voice only. She was like your best friend.
Yeah,
yeah, man.
So with Rihanna, so big up to 10 Mag. This is just a London link. So I used to go to the gym near me, Pure Gym in Bayswater, and I used to see these two guys. I don't chat to anyone in the gym because I don't enjoy my time there. And I saw them out in Hackney, and they ran up to me after 6 months ago, like, "You're the guy from the gym." Turns out one of their school friends' mum owns 10 Magazine and started it, and then he introduced me to him because the owner's son wanted to get into presenting. So. And then we just became best mates, and then he put me forward to his mum to do the interviews outside Fashion Week, and we did that in Feb 2023 first, and then it all went from there. So they're a big part of my dreams coming true. But can you see that it's hard to get that in Manchester, like in London? It's just like a mad London moment, And then there was this Fenty event for her new shoes, and 10 Mag's like a relatively new mag. It's 25 years old, which obviously whoa, that's not that new, but like Vogue, ID and everyone are so old, and they've always get priority. Like when you think of magazines, like they're the ones that you're going to think of. So they had a front row, where the barrier, and then they had like a little step at the back. And then everyone arrived before, so like H and stuff and other people, and, the other magazine presenters, they effed off to get drinks, but 10 Mag asked me to everyone before. So I stayed there for 3 hours under these bright lights because the red carpet lights are bright. And I was so tired, I was like, oh, right, Rihanna's coming. So I knew she'd be late. Everyone's like, she's going to arrive at 9. And I said, she's going to be at least 2 hours late because, she smokes weed. She's not coming on time. So she arrived at 11:15. And I wasn't nervous. Honestly, I wasn't nervous because, someone told me a great phrase, everyone plops at the end of the day. Obviously, she's actually had probably had a bad curry before and, destroyed her toilet. Even Rihanna's done that.
And she's pregnant, I think, isn't she?
Well, what's that got to do with anything?
And she's pregnant.
So, yeah. But not gonna lie, because I'm not so immersed in celeb culture. Obviously, I think it's really cool and everything. But when she arrived and everyone cheered, I did get jittery and got excited and a bit nervous. And then she walked around the corner, so it was the photographers, the interviewers, and TV. And then she was taking pictures, and I saw her, and I just thought, everyone plops at the end of the day. She's obviously had a bad tikka masala once and murdered a toilet, and it's just a person. Even though it was a very beautiful and amazing one.
Did she tell you that?
What, that she had?
Or is that?
No, it's a good concept, very humanising.
Oh, right.
I feel like Rihanna would though. Not that she's gross, but she's real. She would definitely be
who's your idol? Who's your idol? Your guy's idol?
Probably Skepta at the minute.
Okay, so bro, Skepta has been to Brick Lane and had a terrible curry that he really enjoyed, but he then has had diarrhea for 2 days after. And if you look at him, it's very humanising in the moment. Otherwise, because they've done mad things, these people.
I was about to say Jesus Christ, so I don't know how we're going to take that. Who's your idol, Jesus Christ?
Okay, well, I hope...
he must have gone as well.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure the food was not great in the BC time. So, I saw her, and my mag was not allowed to do an interview, and they told us before, and I've been schmoozing the PRs to try to get one, and they tried to put me back behind everyone else.
And your voice was the loudest.
No. She was taking pictures, and then I was just like, you know what? F this, I'm going to say something. I went, looking good, Riri, come on. And she was like, thank you. And she was the first ever concert I went to. I said, Riri, I'm not going to lie, like, the first ever concert I went to was the Loud Tour in 2013. Apparently it's in 2011. I got my dates mixed up. 2013, you got a guy on stage, you danced on him, it changed my life. It was magical. She went, I want to hear your story. So she did an interview with ID, who were like, she went to ID and I was there. So she actually was like going down the line away from me, and she did like some interview with ID. It was all right. I was like, obviously I can do better than this. No shade to ID though. And then they finished and they tried to drag the other way, and I went, Riri, just a quick one. And she looked at me and she winked and she went, I got you. And then I was like, I'm going to be in it. And then that's the interview that you saw. And I was just really happy with how it went, because the way I spoke to Rihanna is how I'm speaking to you guys now. And she gave me a nice hug at the end.
That's brilliant.
Oh.
Man.
Yeah,
I like how like authentic it was as well.
She's a people person as well, you can tell.
I watched it the whole night. I know through like the magazine and stuff, I've met like, and I've seen a lot of people, like big people. And I watched her the whole night operate, and there was like a stage where everyone could dance on, and she had her own little bit. Everyone they let through, even if it was a random person, she gave a hug to, she spoke to. Like, she's amazing vibes.
It was for Puma though, wasn't it? And she partially owns Puma, right?
No, she's got a collab. So Fenty's her brand, and they've done a collab with Puma. They've done it for a few years to make trainers. So it was the release of the trainer. But bro, I watched her the whole night, and the way she operates with people is like exemplary to any big star. It was a bit bonkers though, like everywhere she went there'd be like hundreds of people following her with their phones out, like, and it really confirmed that it's not something that I'd be interested, that lifestyle.
Did it feel a bit surreal watching that, like the idea of like people that worship these people, but at the end of the day they're just normal human beings.
Exactly.
Just happen to have a really cool job.
But imagine, like, some people have said, like, I actually can't live a normal life anymore at all. Like celebs, big celebs.
Yeah.
They can't actually just go, I don't know, get waffles.
No, I watched it,
morning.
and I was like, I don't need that in my life. She has to go everywhere with a team. There was like hundreds of people following her. It was just bonkers. But
Was ASAP there?
no, it wasn't there. But just her as a person though, even with all that hysteria, massive legend. So big up to Riri, honestly.
What was did you go to New York to do something Met Gala wise?
Oh yeah.
That was also pretty big. And did you actually get aired by Tyler?
Oh yeah.
Or was that just a joke? I saw you put a story about
I was so waved, bro. Oh no, it wasn't. She either didn't hear me or she ignored me. So the Met, the girl that looks after the creators at Instagram, it's another Mad London thing. Guess where the girl is from who looks after all the creators at Instagram? Guess. Money. From Urmston near the Trafford Centre.
Oh wow.
So, like, she's such a lovely, amazing girl, like in her early 30s, and great vibes, and she's always on the lookout for people. Like, I'm not even doing that good on Insta. TikTok's definitely my main thing. So, but she just likes people from Manchester, so she always puts us forward to stuff. And I was on the toilet at my mate's house when I went to visit Bristol in April, and I got this email saying you're invited to this Met Gala watch party in New York from this fashion PR that I know. And I was like, well, I don't live in New York. I thought it was just like, when you get like a newsletter. And then I read it properly, because the girl from Manchester, the head of creators, she messaged me saying, have you seen the email? I was like, no, I read it properly, and it wasn't paid, but it was covered flights and and you have to make 3 videos and 10 threads, and you go to this hotel called the Mark Hotel, where everyone gets ready for the Met Gala. And it was my sister's wedding the week before, so I was like, I can't go because it overlapped. So, but my sister's wedding was on the 5th of May and the Met was on the 6th. Even though they wanted to fly us out on the 5th, I said, can I stay, instead of the 5th to the 7th, can I come 6th to the 8th? Is that fine? And you cover that? And they said, yeah. So my sister's wedding ended at half 2, my taxi came, 2 a.m, got a taxi straight to the airport in Sicily, flew to Munich, and then flew to New York. And then when landed, and then Instagram sent like a blacked out SUV. I was creasing.
That's sick.
It was sick. And the driver was so cute, and he was like, how's the temperature in the car? Can I chat? I was like, yes, bro, I'm literally from Manchester. Like, obviously it's fine, you can chat to me. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because they never get that caught. Like,
how dare you, peasant.
How dare you stay silent? Because I never get caught up in anything, like, and I just laugh at it for what it is, and obviously it is cool. So went straight to the hotel, had to have a shower in this penthouse rented out. There's 50 people from around the world all there to make videos. I spoke to everyone. Their CEO of Instagram was there, that Maseri guy, but I didn't even realise. And yeah, I made some nice friends, and I can do my interviews when I'm drunk. So I got really drunk and did my interviews, and then we tried to leave to go out after. So it was this Leng roof terrace in New York, and I'd just come from my sister's wedding, and I was jet lagged, and it was so surreal. And then we went into the lobby, and then everyone came back. Like, I missed Kylie Jenner coming back, but I saw Marc Jacobs. So there was like a massive crowd outside. But then we were obviously in the hotel, so we're in the lobby, and so it was like a row of people, and then there was like another row, so I was in the second row. And then Marc Jacobs came back, Carly Kloss was this big model. Then Tyler came back, and I said something to Tyler in Afrikaans, which I can't even remember, which you would definitely understand because like everyone in South Africa speaks Afrikaans. And she either didn't hear me or she heard me.
Oh, bless her.
So she actually didn't make me dance, but she made me sweat. So badly, like nervous
She not
sweat.
even say, but we friends. No, she don't even do that. She don't even drop that.
I don't know. She might not have heard me. I was pretty. Then Cardi B came back. I was pretty waved at this point. Like, I love fashion. I love my fashion. I'm not like obsessed with fashion. You know, otherwise all my interviews would be about fashion. The best thing about fashion is the free drinks at the party. So your boy was there to have a good time.
From bars surrounded by the 1%, bruv. That must have been crazy.
Yeah. It was really amazing. I'm so grateful for this year, honestly. But it's like I said, it's been 3 years of hard work.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Like a TV, Met Gala.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Glow.
It's been a
Journey's
big year.
Oh.
We love it. We love it. We love it.
All right, cool. So, Benny, I know, you like playing games and stuff like that with the public. You like getting reactions out of people. So we're going to do the same for you, Sunshine. This one's quite simple, quite easy. We'll see how it goes. But long story short, obviously you're an interviewer. You love interviewing the public. You know what I'm saying?
Are you ready for these questions? These
yeah.
are what you ask other people. Are you prepared to answer them?
Yeah, because they're my questions, so obviously I've got the best answers.
We've replicated as many questions as you can.
They'll come on from my brain.
We've replicated as many questions as we could that you normally ask the public, and we're going to ask
Yeah, let's do it. I'm buzzing. No one's done this to me before. I'm buzzing. Go on.
Go on, take it away, Natalie. You
All
go
right,
first.
Cool. So I feel like I know what you're gonna say, but what's the worst accent in the UK?
Birmingham.
Why? Everyone says that. I'm sorry, my brown people.
It is just a bit peak, innit? It's just not good. It's just not good. It's just not.
No, I
look,
have an explanation.
it's just not good. And now Americans glorify Peaky Blinders and they think it's amazing, but it only looks good on Tommy Shelby because he's a good-looking guy and he's really cool. But like, I promise you, if you go out in Birmingham and like someone starts speaking to you, it's not the best. It's just unfortunate. It's just an unfortunate accent.
I hear it. For me, it's Stoke-on-Trent. I feel like people from there need subtitles. I can't lie.
No, that's not bad.
Subtitles. I've never heard that before.
Respectfully.
That's not bad. Best one in the UK, I love Northern Irish. I think it's amazing.
Interesting. I think it sounds a bit nasally though. Like,
No, Northern Ireland is like, and their vowels are very flat.
that's a good impression.
Yeah, and their vowels, and I don't know, you did like some weird Mickey Mouse thing.
Yeah.
You did like Donald Duck, but yeah, Northern Irish, I think it's got a really nice like flow to it. Just Birmingham's peak, and you can't really put your finger on it. It's just like it's not really the one. So yeah, I wish everyone had a Manchester accent though. Very endearing.
Come on. Okay, what's the best religion and why? Your most used question.
Whoa, love this one. So I actually asked this because there isn't really one. It's just for someone to tell me about their experience, you know? So it's like the best religion for them. So there isn't really one, but mine, I love being Jewish. Like, you know, I've got a lot of massive connection to my grandpa who survived the Holocaust. And I love the family element. Like, I can tell my parents anything. Like, the first time I got an STI, I called my mum before the doctor, you know what I mean?
Okay, fair enough.
Like, it's very open. And yeah, it's the openness is a big thing for me. So there isn't really a best one, but it's just like the best thing for you. And yeah, I'll take it to the grave. I love it. And I feel like I'm a good Jewish figure that's in the mix, you know, and I'm not just doing it for Jewish people. I'm just trying to bring everyone together. That's why I asked this question.
Okay, cool.
All right, so this is one you've asked as well. So what's your hot take on guys who are good looking but they dress really bad. I remember when I saw that interview with a girl that you did. She was like, no, they're not. They're not for me.
Whether it's a girl or a guy, I think you have to give them a bit of a chance. You know what I mean? So what did I ask? If they're really ugly but they dress well,
something like
or
that.
good? No, ask if they're good looking and they dress bad. So I think when you're in a relationship with someone, like, I think you do start to mimic each other. So if you're with a 10 out of 10 and you first meet them, for a lot of people, like, that is just terrible. I see a lot of 10 out of 10s, but they dress so bad. And for me, it's like an instant ick. I remember this girl was walking in front of me on the tube yesterday, and she was so leng, but she had like the deadest jeans on, like Topshop 2007. Like, wake up, darling, it's 2024. You know what I mean? So I know personally that she wouldn't be into someone like me because I'm so extravagant and outrageous, you know? So
you could bless her.
She doesn't know that yet. But instantly it's a bit like, so I actually think if someone's good looking and they dress bad, it's a massive barrier at first. But if you do meet someone, then you have a chance to change them. You know what? You get them looking good. But there is definitely a barrier there for like opening of conversation, because you can't be getting about in the Topshop 2007 jeans. What are you doing, love? And she was rich as well. She had a nice handbag and jewellery. And I was like, ruining your outfit with the super spray on skinnies. Like,
I used to work at
RIP.
Topshop for 11 years. I know those jeans very, very well.
Exactly. But
that's why Topshop's not even around anymore.
It's terrible. It's like a crime. Whoever you are, love, get some baggy ones.
Something that you cringe at now, though, like, for example, like, I think it was like year 7 to 9, like, it was like a big like chino sort of.
Yeah.
Were you a chino abuser?
Yeah, everything. But I grew up and I found my style. I do, like, because there's bare people in London, you get all like different types, and there are some people that are stuck in like 2009. You know the Topshop, Top Man. You remember the shirts that had like the 3 buttons that everyone used to wear, and you could get them all different colours with like little different details. It was criminal, like, yeah, because you were 16 and your mum bought it for you. So yeah, if people haven't seen so progressed in style, then it's like a bit bonkers. I found that in like Italy, a lot of people are also living like that, even though it's like the centre of style, like the general population. Yo, like.
But I feel like their starting line was good to begin with.
Yeah, but now we've been it's overtaken.
True.
London, as a general city, dresses the best in the world. Undoubtedly, as a general city.
Herself as well. Actually.
Yeah. Undoubtedly, London, just as a baseline for the general population, they dress the best. New York, you got more freaks. Some of like the normies and the general population, they're also stuck in the chino and massive backpack phase. You know, walking around like this, walking around Central Park like this with the massive backpack on. Terrible.
What's your childhood fantasy that you still wish for today? I feel like you fulfilled quite a few
Oh my God,
things.
are you ripping my brand deals that got translated from Mandarin? They wrote that one for me. Did you watch that full video?
No, well, the Mandarin, what gone for that?
There was just a brand deal with like a Chinese game company, and they gave me a script, but it was all translated from Cantonese or Mandarin, so it was a bit crazy. So I'm happy you didn't watch that video, because it was like not very well translated at all. Okay, but you've used it on me in a way. My child fantasy that I wish for today. I do wish I could fly sometimes. I effing hate queuing in the airport. The general public sometimes just sends me under. Like, everyone's gross. Like, people just aren't clean. There's no hygiene. They eat, it goes in their beard, it goes on their clothes. Like, people don't wash. They have BO in the airport. Need to put an aftershave. So if I could just like fly to go see my nana in South Africa, it'd be amazing.
But this is what I think with like the London tubes, because obviously I'm not born in London, you're not born in London.
Yeah.
Don't you feel like when you came to London, the tubes were like horrible? Like, did you touch the side? I still don't touch the sides.
I got used to it.
Yeah.
I got used to it, but I'm aware when I get home from London. If I've been on the tube, which I get basically every day, when I get home, first thing I do is wash my hands, put my phones on like my kitchen counter. I've got antibacterial wipes, so I wipe up both of them with and my headphones, my AirPods case, and I wash my face, and I do those 3 things religiously because it is gross. And the general population is grim.
What is the worst thing about UK festivals? Obviously, you said you've been to absolutely loads. Besides camping and staying there, It's something else that.
Oh, I saw a horrible
mad
video
one.
the other day.
What happened?
Wait, I saw like two people
Yeah.
in the mud,
Yeah.
like fully just covered in mud. Two women, like they had their no shoes on, no socks, and they were like trying to link each other's toes together. I was like, that whole sight, the whole vision there was just, I had to look away. Like it really scared me. And they were cackling. It wasn't just like, oh yeah, cute. They were laughing.
Was that video or like?
Yeah, and they couldn't do it. They kept on slipping. Their feet kept on like slipping off each
I think
other.
the worst thing I've seen, I was at Park Life and I actually saw this. I was in the toilet and you know them sponge things you see in the urinals? Someone was washing their hands in there and he was absolutely off his nut in it. Yeah. I was like, mate, you do realise that's not the sink.
What, on the little cube, the little cube thing?
You started washing his hands in it, bro. I was like, yo.
What the hell, bro?
Yeah, man. I was like, you need to dip your hands in some Dettol.
Oh my god! So the worst thing about UK festivals, the weather, because the weather then leads to mud, which leads to Benny's tears. Because when it starts raining, like I'm looking around. You go to a festival to have a good time. Why would I go to a place where I know I'd have a better time at home, and when it starts raining, I know I'd rather be home? Then it gets muddy, then people start falling over, then I start falling over, it ruins your shoes, it ruins your clothes, then it's raining more, the weather's bad, everything's filthy, you're dropping your drinks, like...
So people pay for a horror story, basically.
Yeah, this is why I've been to like 40, I'll never, ever, ever, ever go again. I said to my mates...
How you got to 40 to realise that you're not going to anymore, like you rinsed that.
Yeah, my mate, I said to my mates, they couldn't believe it. I said, even if you give me a free Glastonbury ticket, I will turn it down. I don't even care about going. A free one, you'd have to pay me to go a significant amount. I'm not interested in going to Glasgow even for free. Ever.
Fair enough.
Uh,
Pay me though and I'll go. Someone who's watching this. Thank you.
Money talks. All right, cool. So we're doing finished lyrics.
Oh,
we saw that you've done that before. This is a really obvious one. Go, shawty.
It's your birthday.
Come
We're gonna
on.
party like it's your birthday. Gonna sip Bacardi like it's your birthday.
I ain't doing the rest.
Yeah.
That's part of the game, you know.
I'm not the one finishing the lyrics.
Hey. That's a banger. Apparently Michael Jackson used to love that song.
Oh,
Wow.
How mad is that? Good fact for you.
shawty, it's your birthday.
Do a bit of an easy one. So, nah, that's not me.
What?
Nah, that's not me.
Oh, National treasure.
Nah, that's not me.
Act like a waste man, that's not me. Sex any girl, that's not me. Lips any girl, that's not me. Obviously, I know that, bro. It's the return of the Mac. I'm still alive, just like Tupac.
Girls in the front row, girls in the back.
Spit one lyric, everybody's like, brah. As if I had you there. You were gutted. You were gutted. You were gutted.
All right, cool. So this one, because I didn't mean to hurt him, could have been somebody's son, and I took his heart when I pulled out that.
Rum pa pa pa, rum pa pa pa, man.
You know it.
Yes, obviously that's my girl, you know.
You know it.
In the ASAP Rocky, you finish. She's my wife now.
Oh, wow. How big's her forehead in real life?
Not as big as mine. She had a fringe, to be fair. And people were like, what did she smell like? I was like, do you really think? I asked her, oh, come here, let me give you a quick whiff, love. But apparently she smells really nice.
I actually thought that, like from the look of her. I don't know why.
Yeah, she probably does. She was very amazing. But yeah, her FOD, you'll have to ask her, bro.
Nah, say no more, bro. Say no more. I'll get his measuring tape. I'll see you in it. I mean, let's go with the next one, innit? So, but I set fire.
I like that singing. To the rain, watch it pour as I touch your face.
You're getting all of them, bro.
These are easy, bro.
Yeah.
Give me a harder one.
All right, cool. It goes down in a. It goes down in a.
Is it DM? DM.
You have to sing it a bit.
I actually don't know that one.
Yeah, it is,
I know
yeah,
it. It's
yeah.
DMs.
Nikki.
What song is
It
that?
goes down in the DM.
Really,
I think,
DM?
or down in the DM.
Down in the DM?
Yeah.
Okay, I got like a half point for that one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
half
did.
point. Yeah, half point. Right. Let's get this next one out of the way. Basically, you're going to spin the wheel. It's got some notes on there. And whatever one it lands on, because you got to go through all of them, it's going to ask you a question or some sort of little challenge.
Yeah.
Either you do it, answer the question, or you take a sip of the drink. And they're all numbered as well. So each number refers to its hotness. So the higher the number, the more intense it might be in it. So, yeah. You ready? How do you feel?
You know I'm obviously built for all this shit, bro. Let's go.
Okay, cool. So spin the wheel, my friend. Let's go.
can't believe I've got to do all of these. It's such a mean game. Do you want me to drink some for the vibes? I'm going to have to. What is something you did to get clout that you now cringe at?
If you're a real one, just drink the drink. If you didn't do anything.
Do you know what? That makes me cringe a bit, that I used to rely on, like, because I had like a podcast type thing, didn't I? And I used to rely on like famous guests. But I've realised you're just best off doing everything by yourself. So when I look back, it's a bit like, ugh.
Yeah, so what's the piece of content you did for clout that you regret?
Well, it was just more like the process of like emailing loads of famous people's agents that obviously weren't going to reply and do it for free, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm a bit like, ugh, you're so dumb and you're wasting so much time for that, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So that one actually makes me cringe, because now I work more like in the industry, I understand how it works, and I was so deluded, and the delusions make me cringe.
You have to be delusional though in this game. Like, you actually have to be.
I know, but I was doing some like you know what I mean. Like, I don't think Chris Brown was going to come on my podcast. So,
you never know. If you bought backstage tickets, you can get a little. Hug and
there
a
was
picture
definitely
with him.
no shows in lockdown, but at least I tried. But it was so delusional, some of the people. So yeah, that one was a bit cringy, to be fair.
Okay, brilliant. No.
What is your body count?
Wait, what number was it?
What number is it? It's number 5.
Yeah.
So you got to look for number 5 on the card.
Obviously,
You got
I got it.
Oh yeah, can't wait.
Straight away.
Man. All good.
Is this level of hotness?
Yeah.
Fuck me, bro.
You got to finish it.
Yeah, I'm gonna down it. I just went to do a little test, which was so dumb. This is hella spicy. What level does it go up to?
7.
So it's quite spicy, that one. To be fair.
And we didn't have the budget for milk, so
Oh. All right, what should we do? Should we clap?
let's call this has milk. We like to drink with Benny, because Benny is on me. I can't remember the rest.
And you want to kill Benny?
Because Benny, we rate. We don't rate. No, joking, we do.
You're ready, aren't you, bro? You're waiting. Okay, I'll just do it. This is hella spicy, though.
Oh no.
Guys, it's nice knowing you. And to my ring, it was nice knowing you as well, bro.
Oh no.
Very good, bro.
Oh no. Oh.
Oh, that's bars. What's it like? What's the experience? What are you feeling right now?
Why are you trying to get like inner thoughts right now? He's about to choke.
This is for the people listening on Spotify. They don't see this, bro. They just hear it.
For the people listening on Spotify.
We're gonna insert a big cough, like
A big what?
cough. You're just choking up.
My eyes are watering and my face has gone very hot and I've lost all feeling in my mouth. So yeah, shall we move on to the next one?
Move on to the next one. Come on.
This is mean, bro. The plops later are not going to be good. Name a famous person in your DMs.
Oh.
That's number 1. as
That's
well,
number
so
one.
it's
I just need to
safe.
think. God, off the top of my head.
Look at your phone.
Yeah. Drink the drink.
Yeah.
Name a famous person. Nah. I hope I've got a good one for you. ASOS, but you don't count.
Rihanna? Is Rihanna in your DMs?
I did DM her, but she didn't reply. Selfish. I know.
It's all gone to her forehead. That pain.
You're being so mean about her forehead.
I'm joking.
You're being mean about her forehead. Actually, do you know who I've been messaging? You know, my fingertips are holding on to the gaps in our
Oh
foundation.
my gosh, who was that?
You know, you said I had so many lemons because I am so
what's her
bitter.
name?
I have
Lily.
no idea what
Is
that
that-
is.
And Kate Nash.
Kate Nash.
Kate Nash, you know, and I'd rather get with your friends, mate, because they are much fitter. Do you not know that song?
No,
Yeah.
You know
I
it.
remember. Yeah, of
That
course.
counts, man.
Yeah. So Kate Nash, we've actually been chatting, and she wants to do an interview, which is so like random because I used to have a CD in my mum's car in 2007.
Yeah, she's old school.
Yeah, how random is that?
Yeah.
That's what I love about like the interviews, because it can just be like whoever really. So it's pretty mad. Oh my god, that number 5 is like hitting my belly now.
That's brilliant.
Oh no.
I'm trying to think who the best, like most famous person on messages, but I actually don't know.
Not even like Judge Rinder or anything like that.
Yeah, Judge Rinder, but we spoke about him already. So I've messaged him. I've got his.
We'll say it counts, man. Kate Nash, she's got some clout, sure.
WhatsApp. Man, so. But they're just like content creators that you'll know, but it's not like, oh my God, you know. But big up Judge Rinder. I do love him.
Come on.
But that number 5 has hit me right now. That one was peak. And I want you to have a good podcast.
We'll get you a cookie as well afterwards, man.
I'm sure I want a cookie after this, bro.
Yeah, that could be that one.
Cool. Number 6. Ooh. Take back your ex or have a drink. I would take her back. She's so sexy, but but not on a serious level because she did my head in by the end. So I'll have to have a drink.
So find number 6, please, sir.
But I can't wait to see you on Wednesday.
You seen her on Wednesday?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, you call like that then? Yeah.
Yeah. But it could never be serious because I think when you're single, you're so much more productive.
Yeah.
Personally, and so is she as well. She was
a bit pretentious.
No, she was just married before me, so she'd never been single.
Oh, was she married before you? That's
yeah,
insane.
she was married. She got married at 23, which is like pretty unheard of in today's world. And obviously, I went tits up. So
yeah, fair play to her, man.
So I would get back within a casual sense, which I think we know what that means.
I hope like she's not watching this, or she won't watch this thinking like she was actually going to get back with you.
No. I texted her today. I texted her today. She knows.
Imagine if she watches it.
Yeah, she knows.
I saw your latest interview. Like.
But it's something I do actually see her quite regularly because she's got such amazing.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Brilliant,
more reasons to see people. Cool.
Okay. So
what number was that? I feel like you're trying to distract us.
6. You got to atone for this drink, bro.
Yeah, in it because I won't get back with her fully. Right. Would you get back with your ex?
Nah.
No. The pros.
So you'll got a drink
the
with me?
cons outweigh the pros. Yeah.
That's what my mum says. If the cons are outweighing the pros, then what are you doing?
Yeah. For real.
Even though if the pros are great. Yo, number 6 is going to be a bit brazy. I actually regret this.
That has Jesus now anyways. It's all blessed.
Yeah, my ex was Muslim.
Really?
Actually. Yeah. But I got baptised in my relationship, that's why. You
got baptised in...
I got baptised whilst I was in that relationship.
What's that like when you do it as an adult? Because as a baby, you just get dunked in water in a sink. So.
Just like, yeah, I loved it. Honestly, I spent like a year studying it before I got baptised to know what I'm doing. Yeah. And I love it.
Enough.
It's been the best thing. Like.
So you weren't Christian before?
No.
What were you before? Nothing.
Like my parents didn't bring me up in the church. They wanted to give me the choice. So I went back to Christ.
No, good for you, man.
Yeah, man.
Are you happy?
Really happy.
Good.
More peaceful than ever.
There you go. See? That's like why we do the What's the Best Religion and Why, because you got the amazing stories like that.
Yeah, man.
Now drink the fucking drink.
Yeah. I'm going to try it. Number 7 will be...
Get any flavours out of that? Because they're all a bit different.
Yeah, this one's nicer. This one's not as spicy.
Okay, that's good.
I've got an hour Uber home. What I'm going to have to ask him to stop at a service station.
Yeah.
Maybe, or poo in the car. Okay.
You seem to handle that one a lot better, to be fair. Is that nicer?
Oh, this one's like a builder.
Oh, does it build up? Yeah, it's got like aftertaste and that.
Oh no! I want to say I didn't pour them drinks.
Big up hot ones for these sauces, bro.
Not big up hot ones. I hate you.
I love how we're sitting here laughing and he's suffering. I don't love that at all. This is not good.
See, what would Jesus do?
Take that drink for you.
Really?
Yeah. I'm not going to do that. I'm not Jesus.
Communion. So for those on Spotify, guess what's happening? My mouth has gone numb, my eyes watering, and my face is very hot. Oh, there's 2 more.
Just go wherever land's closest to it.
Okay.
All right.
I thought I'd get away with it and I wouldn't have to do all of them. Who do you love more, your mum or your dad? That's so easy. I'd rather answer that. Sorry, I just had to have a sip of water. It's hard to speak now after. Honestly, if you put a gun to my head and said I had to choose between my mum and my dad, I'd say you'd have to shoot me because actually I couldn't choose between them. And my upbringing has been so magical. And this is why I can be like this freak with weird hair, because they brought me up in like the most amazing way. So like I'll show them this clip and they'll love it because I didn't get my dad a Father's Day present anyway. This can be it. So, happy
your
Father's
Father's
Day. And Mum, I'll save the second bit of the clip for you on Mother's Day. But they're the most magical parents, so big up to them.
That's good. That's
Okay,
good.
the last one.
That doesn't
All right.
answer the question though, does it?
It actually doesn't, but we're gonna spare you. We're sparing you. What number was that? That was one.
It doesn't
Yeah.
answer the question.
We're sparing
cuz.
you.
It's another one.
No. You gotta say mum and your dad, cuz. Saying both doesn't answer the question. I'm sorry, I hate to do
Like,
that
where's
to you,
the
bro.
love?
Yeah, man.
No. It's fine. It's fine.
I'll just say
Producers, what do you think? Did he answer the question by saying he loves both? Nah, bro. Sorry.
my mum, because my dad does my fucking head in sometimes.
Under the pressure, like, straight up.
He does do my head in sometimes with his OCD.
You don't have to spin it, you can just pick it.
I want to spin it, bro.
Go on,
It's
then,
the
go on,
rules.
do it.
Woo! I actually landed on it.
Oh, banging, bro. Come on.
Oh, the last one. I obviously got to drink the 7. Let's see the question though. Name someone you didn't like interviewing.
Before you say any names, has there been people you've been like, you know what, F this guy or F this girl?
You know what?
Or this person's
Can I
just
tell
not
you?
the vibe?
Can I tell you?
I mean, if
I'm
you
gonna
want
tell
to.
you. Well, I will. But I'll drink number 7 anyway because I want to try it. So I'll do both, yeah?
Interesting. Go on then.
Right. You obviously see these interviews where people interview like crackheads or people off the face and you think it's always going to be funny. And a lot of the time, especially on Brick Lane, because the East London ones are mad, they like always jump into the interviews. So I used to like carry it on when they did it because I thought it would be joke. But do you know how hard it is to interview someone that's been smoking crack? They're obviously not very coherent. So anyone that you think would be so funny will come out with a banging line on that, and then they get that bear obsessed with you and start touching you and touching your microphone and asking. I've got a girl who films for me and asking for that their number. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It all gets a bit out of hand. So the people that you think are going to be hilarious and come out with a belter actually are there just feeling you up and trying to chirp your camera lady and smell of piss.
Right, okay. So it's like, general sense, some people from the public, innit?
Yes, people on crack.
Yeah, okay. Right.
Literally. Everyone else, I've had a great time. A lot of also fashion people. Some people look amazing in Fashion Week and you go talk to them and they're like, I know, I'm thinking, you know, you've worn this amazing outfit, but you can't even hold a decent conversation or say anything substantial. So, crackheads and some fashion people. I think that's a good answer, that.
No, fair
That
enough,
was a
fair
good
enough.
answer.
That was a dissertation, that, bro.
Yeah.
It's up to you if you want to drink number 7. Apparently, that's the hottest one that we have in
I
the
have to do for
studio,
this. I have
so
to do.
It's
I
up
have-
to you if you want to take this one.
Bro, I will.
Is the spice still lingering?
Yes, bro, I'm effed.
Can you not hear his voice? Like,
My nose was like watering. I was scared it's going to go on the mic. Where's number 7? There you go.
oh, I feel like I want to close my eyes for this one. I'm not even drinking.
Don't worry.
There's one over there with some floaty bits at the top. It just looks peak, bro.
Yeah, that's number 1.
The number one's
number
probably
one-
nothing. It's probably lemon and herb.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to eat that in
What? Really?
sometimes.
big up
yeah.
man.
There's one that's lower that's plainish now, which is
Oh, no.
might as well just get chicken and chips at home. Go on, Benny.
Okay. So this is the spiciest one, yeah?
Allegedly, rumor has it.
Rumour has it. Here's the honest review.
Okay, he's drinking it. It's gone down one big gulp.
Oh, this one's not...
Oh no!
It's not a build. This is like instant. Ooh.
Oh, I actually feel the pain from your face.
This one's bad.
I don't know if it's the lighting or the sauce, innit? Your face is singeing right now, bro.
No, it actually is,
Steam
bro.
coming off your head.
Bro, my
Who
nose
thought
is
of this?
leaking.
Who thought of this game?
Me, man.
And this is me being a good guest. Wanted to try all the hot sauce, even though I actually answered the last question very well. But I'm meant to be doing interviews tomorrow, but my voice will be gone. So I guess I'm going to have the day off.
So, Benny, thank you for playing. So, I want to be talking about some of the stuff you've been doing for Channel 4.
Yeah.
What's it like doing some small TV presenting opportunities compared to social media presenting? Like, TV's obviously the goal, right? But the stepping stones you said before was like, you know, BBC 3, Channel 4, and you've already gotten some experience and some credentials in that retrospect. So, run me through with that.
I can't believe it. I was trying to ask me normal questions after you've annihilated my mouth and my insides, and in the next like 20 minutes, my arsehole.
So I feel the industry does that enough.
Yeah, I know. So, what did you ask me about Channel 4?
You definitely should have done that at the end.
Where's the oat milk, Nat? You're such bonkers, all of you, right? So, the best thing about my job is when you can get a deal and they like edit it all for you. And obviously, when you work in TV, you've got an editor. So when I did my 2 jobs for Channel 4, they edited it, and they're so good at it. I just do it because it's part of the job. But the Channel 4 people, they absolutely shelled it. Like, I was taking off in some videos, literally. Like, we did some interviews about a program they did on space. And then, like, I would take off in the edit. I was like, no way you can do that. But, so I'm just a bit F from the spice. But, yeah, do you know what's nice? You have, like, a whole crew and everything, and you're just there to present. And that's my passion. I'm not passionate about video editing. Social media's opened a lot of doors, but I'm not, like, passionate about it. The best thing is going out with the mic and meeting people. And with TV, they give you the full opportunity to do that without any other attachments. So that was what that was amazing. And Channel 4 is like a big channel, so come on.
Yeah, definitely. And like what you're saying as well, like obviously you speak about topics that are actually like real topics as well, which I love that you've blown up doing that. So big respect to that. And yeah, like I feel like these kind of platforms, like Channel 4, like you said, is big, and it gives people opportunity to kind of, you know, subvert what other big media channels are doing, like, but in a real way for like diverse people, like different people who identify in different ways, like that kind of thing as well, right?
Yeah, literally. I think that's good about me because people look at me, they don't know where I'm from, they don't know what I identify as, they don't know if I like guys, girls, hot sauce, chickens, you know what I mean? I'm such like a chameleon. And I love it, and it's helped me a lot. But next stop, honestly, is New York. So hopefully if I get my working visa, I'll move there.
Yeah.
And it's just the most magical place, and I'd love to do what I'm doing here, there. So we'll see what happens. I hear back from my visa in like 2 weeks, so pray for me.
Yeah, I'm praying for you, brother. I'm praying for you. I think some of the last thing that I want to get into, obviously, you know, coming from, you know, doing little radio opportunities in Manchester, to then Lekker TV, to interviewing Rihanna and presenting for 10 Mag, and obviously doing stuff for like Channel 4.
Oh, you're actually crying from the hot sauce.
And the hot sauce.
I'm a bit over it now, it's fine.
What are some of the hardships of being a full-time content creator? Because, you know, like I said, it's not easy. It's also, you know, you're managing yourself. You've been through agency, you've been through managers, and you've got that distrust. There's also that novelty of living in an expensive city, and you've got nothing but your own back to fall back on. So, yeah, what are some of the hardships of being a full-time content creator?
The unpredictability of the work, it does F me up a lot if I don't hear about a job in the working week. So, quick bit from the hot sauce. You should definitely ask these questions before. Terrible structuring.
Wild. You don't rub your eyes on that, man.
I know. So,
Oh no!
This is the hardship. This is
what we're putting in through.
When you come on a podcast and you travel an hour to get here, and then they just F you up with hot sauce.
You got an hour on the way back.
Yeah.
Oh, bro.
Wow.
No, so the hardest thing about being full-time content creator is like the unpredictability. So, like, you know, you're relying on other people to give you work. It's not like you're getting a guaranteed paycheck. So it does F me up, but that's the hardest thing. Other than that, it's like evolving. If something stops working, how do you evolve, but also stay like true to what you like doing? And getting going at the start is horrible. Everyone's like, the journey's great. It's not. It's obviously horrible because you're like, is it going to happen? Blah, blah, blah. And even if you get to a certain point, you won't feel like you've made it. Just because most people are ambitious, you know, so... And we're humans, and if we get used to something and it becomes normal, then you're always looking for the next thing. But yeah, I've got an amazing family though that can support me. So like they help me out a lot. So it's not like I'm by myself. You know, I speak to them every day, and I've got great friends, and I'll meet up with my friends if I'm feeling a bit down. But nearly all the job is great. But people like to glamorize it. There's money in it. But when you get to a certain level, you know, to be a full-time earner of like from it, you have to get to a certain level, and it's all about grafting and putting in the work, and it's a lot of hours and staying consistent, and you have to really want it more than anything, because it can be a 7-day week. I was posting 7 days a week at first, and I'll do like 5 or 6. So you have to have like this mad determination and desire to do well, and you're looking after yourself, so you've always got to be the one that can push through even the difficult times when your views aren't good and blah blah blah. But other than that, like the experiences and everything and the freedom is amazing. But like also a 9 till 5 is, a lot of people like to have a go at it. I think it's underrated in a lot of ways. Like it helps people with routine. You get a paycheck. You just got to do what's right for you. But yeah, content is so up down, so you got to be prepared for the roller coaster. But it's a very good roller coaster.
Thank you so much for that, Benny.
There we go.
Really appreciate that, man. You got anything more to add before you want to close?
Yeah, I kind of wanted to know a little bit more about you, right? So obviously you're online, you're doing your thing, you're doing things that you're passionate about. But what would you say people don't know enough about you as a content creator? In a quick little snip.
I know, now I need a poo. It's a good one. I need to think about that. Because I'm so honest and open. That's been the hardest question, I think. Because I just feel like I put like everything on.
Yeah. If you're real online, then that's how people see you.
Yeah. You know what? I'm always about and I'm always doing stuff. Oh, I know. So like the industries, there's often like a lot of parties and everything, but there's nothing better for me than like a sober night in. And I love going out and I love drinking, but if I do it too much, it F's me up. So a lot of the time now, I'll go out and I just won't even drink. So I'll still be there, but I'll have, and everyone's like, you can't have one. For me, I can definitely have just one and I'll be fine, or I won't even drink at all. So I think just living in London, and there's so many opportunities just to go out and about and like meet people doing similar stuff. There's a lot of pressure to drink, and events, they have free drinks nearly all the time. So even though I'm like proper extroverted and everything, I'm that extroverted that even I'll go to a party with free drinks and I'll just do it like stone cold sober, and then the next day I'll be happy to sit in and watch Netflix and do nothing. So
yeah, I'm the same, team sober now.
Okay.
So much better though.
Exactly.
That's really positive of you though to say though, because it's not always easy for some people in the industry as well, especially.
Yeah, it's too
with all
easy,
the
especially if
flashy
you're saying free drinks, good vibe and stuff like that. But it's a good decision. Like,
yeah. My friend who's doing really well, who does interviews, he was like, Benny, you're always out and about. Like I feel like I'm missing out on meeting people because I like to stay in and just like play FIFA. I said, bro, it's fine. You can't just force yourself to go out just because you think you'll meet someone that will then eventually lead to like a TV opportunity or a job. Like I said, you can't just change who you are as a person. You get into it because like you want to be known for being yourself. So that's what I said to him. So yeah, you can. There's a lot of pressure to go out and everything, but your boy loves a herbal tea, sitting on the couch, 9:30 p.m, about to wash his face to go to bed. I don't want to speak to anyone. I chat to everyone for my job. I'm going to sleep early. I'll see you in a bit.
Yeah, no, I like that. I rate that. I rate that. And I think the way to close it off as well, what we like to say to our guests is what's a question you want to ask the audience to put into the comment section right now? What's something that you want your audience that are listening to NAITRAM live or watching it? What do you want to ask them?
Another good one. The last two have been good. Or maybe it's because I've got no brain cells left after the hot sauce.
Yeah, custard up, man.
Made me a custard, bro. You made me into Mizzy. It does have to be related to my work.
Anything you want. What do you want to ask the audience right now? You can ask them anything.
Whoa. My first one would be, what level of hot sauce do you think you could hack on this table? Because I'm going bonkers even from number 5.
Fair enough.
And a thought-provoking one is, in 30 years' time, with AI and technology and the crazy developments, what do you think will be the most popular or sought-after job for our generation, Gen Z?
Okay, wonderful. Whoa. You heard Benny Jeee. Do you think AI could take your job in 30 years? Let us know in the description box down below, or the comment section down below even. I've been Mars, and that's been Nat. Benny G's been Benny Jeee. This has been NAITRAM Live. See you later.
Smashed it, guys.